Hi Sangeet, could you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your role as production manager?
Okay, hi, my name is Sangeetha and I'm the production manager for GSS. As a production manager, it's basically my role to ensure that all the different aspects of the show are going on smoothly. Everything is running according to schedule and happening when it's supposed to be, where it's supposed to be. So what I do is I work closely with the CFA's admin office. Then I work with the producers of this show, basically Tulasi and Sai Vignesh. I also work with the finance department within the alumni committee, so that's Darlene Anuja, and I'm like sort of the go-to person. So everything, I sort of try to manage all these different divisions and departments, and I'm also the person who's liaising with everybody. So yeah, that's the official job scope of production manager. That's the black and white of my contract. But then of course there are a lot of other things that I do have to step in and help out as and when necessary. So you know that those are things that come about as and when, like you know, sometimes something is not being done, so you just have to step in and do it. You know, firefighting, etc.
That sounds super hectic. How do you manage all of it?
I think you just sort of try to get everything done as and when it crops up. It also helps that we have a production schedule to adhere to. So yeah.
So I understand you're a dancer. How did you get involved with the orchestra side of this?
Yes, I am a dancer, but I'm also on the alumni committee, so I serve on it as the general secretary. And when Tulasi asked me to, you know, be the production manager for this, I think I must have been unconscious and I said yes. Just jokes aside.
Something.
Yeah, he just slipped me something, but I said yes. Yeah, but no regrets, of course. And I think I've always wanted to be, or rather help out in a production, on the production side of things. Because for the past 2 alumni productions that we have done, Saptastudi at the Esplanade as well as Krishna Bharadam, I was involved as a dancer and a performer. So this GSS is basically the first alumni effort in which we are managing it. You know, we have been involved in the inception, the concept of it, the running of it, the managing, and of course we have had expert advice and guidance from the management, CFA's management committee. But the actual nitty-gritty details, the running of it has is pretty much being done by us. And I think that's where it's really different, because as a performer, you're really shielded from a lot of things. Your duty is to just go there, dance, perform. You turn up when you're supposed to. Rehearsals from 7 to 9. You just make sure you're there, you know, before 7, and then you dance and you go back home at 9. You are not aware as to what goes on behind the scenes. You don't know how much of effort has gone into the producing of the show. You know, ensuring that rehearsals actually go on, and taking care of all those aspects of it. So I think being in the production team for this show is really an eye-opening experience, and it's definitely something that I will count as, you know, valuable experience for the future.
Yeah. How much of it did you just have to pick up on the fly as you were doing it?
Pretty much everything, because like I've never been involved in a production on this scale before. So I think when Tulasi asked, he must have, you know, taken a very big risk. Yeah. So it was, a lot of it was figuring out as we went along, learning from each other. That was a very big, major factor. Yeah, learning from each other, being open to suggestions and ideas, and as well as, you know, also being aware that we all don't agree about everything all the time. That was, I think, also a very big considering factor. You know, we all did and still do have our little disagreements about a lot of things, but you learn to manage it. You learn to manage your own expectations, expectations of the others around you. You learn to compromise, and I think you learn to pick your own battles as well. You know, some things you just let go of, and some things you keep at it, and you make them see your point of it, and you convince them that it's for the better. And learning to work with all these people as well. I mean, we all already were and are part of the CFA's alumni committee, but being in this production has thrown us into things, and we are all in contact, or rather, you know, we are sort of being forced to come into contact on a scale in which we don't usually have in the committee, because committee meetings and such are just once a month. unless there's something which comes up like Navratri Festival or Academy Day, then you come and you plan for it, but that's just on a smaller scale. This is like, we have been planning for this since I think August last year. So we meet a lot more frequently, we have WhatsApp group chats which go on till all hours of the day. It never ends at night. In the morning when you wake up, there are messages there which need to be checked and read. Yeah. So you're just literally in contact with these people a lot of the day.
So do you really see this production as also having brought the entire community closer together?
Definitely. I think when we started last year, we had a few other members who in the committee who then left, and then we have also had newer members join. So that transition was quite interesting for all of us, because we had to let the new members come on board, get used to things. But I think for them, they didn't really have much time to get acclimatized to the committee, because they were thrown into the deep end of the production side of things. But I'm very glad to say that they have really been coping well, and yeah, that has just forced us all to bond a lot faster.
Excellent. Nothing like a production to get everyone bonded.
Yes, nothing like, definitely.
So, as an outsider, basically someone who is not performing, you've probably been able to really observe the development of the orchestra. What has that been like?
I think I've actually seen this group when they were not quite an orchestra yet. They were more of a group than an orchestra. They first performed at Academy Day, and that was really like a sort of an experiment of sorts to test out, audience reaction, to test the waters, to see how open and accepting people were to the notion of a CIFA's alumni orchestra. The reviews are very good, and then from then on, they went on to perform at the festival. So that was on a slightly bigger scale, not that much bigger, but a small growth. They performed down here at the auditorium, and it was, I think ever since then they have grown. That was in 2011, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember the dates now.
That was so long ago.
Yeah, 2011, 2 years. So ever since then, I think they have really grown. Their learning curve for them has been exponential. In terms of numbers, the orchestra has like literally doubled. In terms of their experience, I think they've gained a lot of experience playing together as a group, as well as getting to know each other, coming to terms with group dynamics. That's another thing, because a lot of these performers are very good individual artists themselves. We have Visharad title winners, we have best students in all the disciplines, and these people are used to functioning solo. They're very good individualists. So having them all, throwing them together in an orchestra, I think has also been a challenge for a lot of them. And it's a very good learning experience for everybody, where you need to put aside a lot of things in order to gain something bigger. So I hope that it's, they really get something out of this, and it doesn't just end on 20th April, but they take this with them into whichever aspects of life, and hopefully for other orchestra shows as well.
What is the feeling of being part of a process that's laying the foundation for what's hopefully going to be a very long and illustrious future for the alumni?
Honestly, I think it's a very overwhelming feeling. I think there have been a lot of moments where we've all just been having minor panic attacks along the way. There's been no manual, no to-do guide or how-to guide throughout for this production. So a lot of it has been, creating that manual, creating that how-to guide for the future committees to come. And a lot of times we question ourselves, are we doing it the right way? And if we are doing it the right way, can it be done any better? So constantly trying to improve on the process, constantly trying to better it. These have all been our challenges as well throughout. And like I said, it's overwhelming definitely, because it's going to be a major, nothing like what we have done before. So there's always that bit of like anxiety inside there somewhere. You try to displace it, but it keeps coming back now and then in all sorts of weird forms.
No, I think that's only normal.
Yeah, and hopefully that means that we're doing something right. so all that anxiety and pent-up feelings will get displaced for good on 20th. Yeah. But of course, there's a lot of excitement as well. And now that we're literally 2 weeks away from show day, we're all very excited.
So why should the audience be excited for the show?
I think the audience should be excited to see history in the making, history being made. They should come and support their friends, of course. Then they should come for the concept because it's very original. All the compositions have been composed by the teachers themselves. And I think from what I've heard, they have really not just raised the bars, they have literally set the standard, the gold standard, I think, in terms of like orchestra productions or whatsoever. So come and see, alumni orchestra members in a novel venture. Come and see them being challenged. Come and see them rise to the challenge. Come and be part of this journey of life.
Great. Thanks so much, Sangeetha.
Thanks, Purna.